Hi there everybody, my name is Jason Gold and I'm back with another episode of Investor Insights. Today we are talking about why it's so important to befriend your sell and neutral rated analysts. So let's get started. I have a whole bunch of clients that from time to time when we get to talking are just hating on a bunch of analysts that have sell or neutral ratings. They actually speak disparagingly about these guys who are just trying to do their job. And I tell them they've got it all wrong. Rather than speak disparagingly about them, they should befriend these sell and neutral rated analysts. Let's talk about why. First, the sell or neutral rating might have nothing to do with you and your company. It may be entirely political at the bank that they work at. It might have to do with your trading volume. It might have to do with the ratio of buys to holds to sells that the bank policy dictates. It could be any number of reasons that have nothing to do with your company. Maybe it has a little bit to do with your company, but not a lot to do with your company. What do I mean by that? Well, maybe your company's trading volume isn't huge. Maybe investors aren't asking the analysts a ton of questions about your company. So maybe your company just isn't all that interesting right now. Why would they burn a bullet of a buy or an outperform rating on a company that no one cares about? Maybe they just put you in that bucket because no one's really asking them about it and they need to have the right dispersion of buys to holds to sells. Maybe no one's asking them to meet with you. And remember, the sell side gets paid for corporate access. And so if they're not getting lots of investors that are saying, hey, I want to meet with company XYZ, can you arrange a bus tour or a conference call or have them at your conference? Maybe they don't have to care right now. Maybe they've got other things that are taking up that spot. Think of a buy rating as a valuable slot that the sell side analyst has, and you have to earn your way into it. And if right now you're just not in super favor for a bunch of other reasons, it's okay. Don't hate on the analyst for that. But let's say it is about you. This is where it gets kind of interesting. The first thing that you have to ask is their thesis right? And if their thesis is right and they have a sell rating on you, rather than hate on them, maybe you should super befriend them and ask them, what can you do differently to fix your business? Because they've got it right. Why would you hate on someone that has got your business right? And I say, look inward and fix it if that's the case. But what if they're wrong? This is when it gets super duper interesting. You've got someone who's writing research about you and talking to clients about you, and their information is wrong. Why would you hate on them? Why wouldn't you work with them to correct them? Help educate them, help them see the error of their ways. Well, maybe they're stubborn. And for sure that happens. I've seen it a bunch of times where an analyst is focused on other things. He's got or she's got information that's wrong and they stick with it. That I kind of understand. But why not continue to work with them? Now realize that analyst who's got wrong information has told clients, has kept clients from buying your stock, has gotten the sales force worked up about you, and has gotten hedge funds to be short your stock. All of those people have the wrong information and now represent potential buyers. Think about it as potential energy or a coiled spring that this analyst has done you this favor. Welcome them in. Invite them to your headquarters. Ask them to bring a busload of investors to visit you. Arrange a call with them to walk through the elements of your business that they don't understand. What's going to happen is they're going to then realize that you're right and they're wrong. They will change their rating, and the people that they got short will cover, and the people that they told not to buy will suddenly start paying attention to your company. See this as a gift and welcome them in to show them how your business actually works and correct their misinformation. Now, the worst thing that you can do is cut these guys off. You can put them to the bottom of the Q&A list. You can refuse corporate access to them. And you know what? Investors see right through it. And a really irritated sell-rated analyst will tell all of his clients They didn't let me on the call. They put me last on the Q&A list. They don't call me back. You think your silence to them is not being broadcast to the world? You think you're being crafty in putting them last or blocking them from the call? They talk like sixth grade girls at recess. They talk about you. Investors talk about you. You're better than that. Don't turn your back on these people. Welcome them in. And here's the other thing. If you know what their beef is, because they've written about it to clients, they've put in their notes why they are sell rated, and you think it's wrong, invite them to ask questions on your call. Put them near the top of it and prepare like hell for your response. You know what they're going to ask. You know what their beef is. Have all the stats at your fingertips and show the street just how smart you are. That will sink the analyst on its own. But invite them in. Don't shut them out. It's the wrong thing to do. Show your prowess by being as good as you are, rather than by turning your back on them or ignoring them. And look, not all situations are this easy. For sure, there are analysts that are vindictive or lazy or just bad people. That happens sometimes. But the percentage of time that happens is actually small. And those analysts, they don't survive on Wall Street. They don't get loyal followings by being lazy or vindictive. The majority of the time, the guys haven't done the work, or they've misheard something, or they've misunderstood something, and you can correct them. Welcome them in. Don't turn your back on them. It'll work in your favor, and you will benefit from this. Those guys don't last, and even if they do, investors don't listen to them. Lazy guys and people that don't do the work don't move markets. The ones that do are the ones that are really doing the work. So don't worry about the lazy or vindictive ones. Like I said, not everything falls into the same category, but most of them do. And so what's the summary here? Focus on you. Focus on telling your story in a clear and transparent way. Correct misunderstandings. If people don't get it, welcome them in. Embrace the people that understand your story the least, and you will be properly rewarded for your actions. Also, acknowledge the optics of what someone might get wrong. It's perfectly okay to say, here's what's going on in our business. Now, I appreciate that the headline might look like 1, 2, or 3, but let me give you some transparency so that you don't misunderstand. It would be easy for someone to think A, B, and C, but the reality is D, E, and F. It's totally okay to do that. Embrace the misunderstanding and be extra clear. Nobody understands your business the way that you do, so help educate people and realize that they're distracted and doing a million other things. That's it for today. Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Investor Insights. My name is Jason Gold, and I look forward to seeing you here again for another episode soon.